Hello and welcome to A Coincidental Life. Today we're on top of Ramway Hill. This is a place I've been coming to now for 50 years. Yep, that's how old I am. Yeah, this is great because there's a whole load of stuff here. Right, those woods over there, that's the Leipzig plantation. Not sure about those woods over there. If you see those woods there on the horizon on that hill, that is Morgan's Hill. And the trees over there on the top of the hill, that is King's Play Hill. There's a long barrow there. Well, we've come through a bit of it. It smells of box. You can see this is box here. And there's a nice little archway that I think we're going to head down. But we may head down here and then come back up again. Because, I don't know about you, but when there's paths, I want to go down them all. But look through this. It's incredible, some of this. You can just walk in. And some of it is so dense, it's like being in fairy halls. Now here's an example of being in the box. Plenty of room to move about easily, and lovely tree up there. Like I was saying, this is all box in here, apart from an occasional ash, but you can't see that yet. This is all box. And if you don't know, box smells of cat piss. It's not the nicest smell in the world. And for those of you wondering, it's not all like this. Wow. Wow, that's taken my breath away. This is really full of energy today. I don't know if I said that, but I'm really buzzing. We were going to go on the hill, but this had a calling. But while we're here, I just want to show you just how steep this side is. Look at that. That is very steep. I have climbed up it a number of times. Now here is one of the bigger cathedral areas of the box. You can come in here with me, and look, you can see the box here, and it goes up to there. Produces a nice cover, lovely shapes on the ground. You could walk all the way through this. And here's a fungus that eats box by the look of it. So it's not just box. And this is a sloping bit of the wood here. This is the side, but it's not all box and underplanting. Well, it is on this side, so I don't know how well that's spread. I mean, it's been 10 years since I've been through here. It wasn't quite like this, but the box has spread onto the lower slopes. A couple of clumps of hemp agrimony, or hemp agrimony. And the sound of a steam train, but there's a vantage point here that we're just coming through, and that'll open out to this. The darkness of the box has gone, and we have a view of southern England. Western England. Down there in the centre of the shot now, where those trees are, that's Mother Antony's well, and here is famous Civil War hill. That's the bloody ditch we're looking at there, and then on the top, and you can see some of the earthwork from here. In fact, it's quite clear, the earthwork on the top of Ranway Hill, of Oliver's Camp. That's Oliver's Camp and the earthwork. And in the centre of that earthwork, that's where the Michael and Mary line, if you're familiar with the ley line that goes through southern England, following the May Day sunrise line, in the centre of that, where they cross, or near where they cross, is a dew pond. Harebells. Again. Precarious nature. This must have been the scene of a landslide. Precarious nature or erosion, you decide. It's erosion. Now here's one of my stories. Like I said, I spent many years around here, and one day me and a friend of mine, we decided to go for a wander, and we ended up in this wood here, that wood in the centre, and we were wandering through it, and right close to us, a few metres away, was this deer, roe deer, stag. And obviously, as soon as it saw us, it turned around and it went, disappeared. I said to him, "Wow, did you see that?" And he went, "What?" He was literally stood next to me, and he didn't see it. For those of you interested in astrology, that's a fine example of Pisces. There are some mushrooms which put a smile on my face. Unfortunately, this one's over, but this is one of my favourites. This is one of my favourites. If anyone knows, you can see this is the remains of a stinkhorn here. You can see the jelly, fleshy bit of the egg, and the flies gorging themselves on its food. When it's like an egg, you can eat it, but unfortunately, that one's gone over. But basically, they're like a big white phallus. And as part of my mushroom circle experiences, many years ago, 15 years or so, I went to Wales in the Preseli Mountains, and I was walking through these woods and came across 28 of them in a circle, which naturally I had to stand in. So I've stood in a circle of 28 stinkhorn mushrooms. I suppose standing in the middle of 28 stinkhorn mushrooms is a bit phallocentric, isn't it? Sadly, on this ash tree here, this is what canker looks like. And it's all the way up. And this is a quintessential English path through a woodland. This is. They're not all like this. If you go through a denser woodland, this isn't exactly a huge woodland. This is just a wooded area just to protect the hill from erosion, really. But yeah, this is quintessential English woodland path. I love the difference between the feel of some of these trees. We've got elder here and we've got some sycamore, but then rising above them are the lightness, light and airiness of the ash. Now what you should never do is stand under a fallen tree that's hanging over your head. Certainly a hardwood like a beech. As my father used to say, don't do as I do, do as I say. But I never did. One thing I ought to say before I go, because we're nearly at the end here, Thanks for watching, and if you do visit the countryside and woods, remember there's 2 rules. Leave everything as you find it and take your litter home. Walk on the earth so that no one knows you've been there. And see you next time. Ta-da! Sandwiches on a trek out? Not me. I take dal.